welcome back. Now we're not going to spend too much time on this. I've started this episode exactly where we left the other one. Same day. We've leased, as you've seen in the last episode, we've leased seeder over there. We're plowing the other field. We're rolling this field. And that's where we are as far as where we left the old episode. I'm not sure why, but seem to be struggling with frames per second, and I'll show you why. This is why I started here. This is the reason why. Is it still here? This thing here. Now I listed because I didn't really look at it properly. I thought that I could use it to plant, but I didn't realize that well, it's a planter and I can't plant anything with it at this time. So if I look in my list equipment, it's not here. So I don't know how to get rid of it to send it back. I definitely didn't buy it. I didn't have the money to buy it, so I don't know how I would have bought it. But now it's causing me issues. So there's no issues in the log as per se, but I can't get rid of the silly thing. So I'm not sure how this is going to work out, but we'll find out. All right, so we'll get on with what we need to do. First of all, we need to look after the animals. So please do not go back into that field like your predecessor did. So I'll hang around with him for a little bit and I'll see you while we're looking after the animals. All right, I'll let Courseplay do the harvest this field. But it didn't seem to do a very good job. It told me it finished, but look at the big chunk that it left behind. So I'm going to do this, and then we are going to jump into taking care of the animals, having a look at our production. I list the equipment for beet harvesting way too early. So we'll see what happens. This episode will most likely finish this little job over here and get ourselves into a position to harvest what we haven't harvested yet, and that is our beetroot. We also have some sunflower that needs to be harvested, and we'll get that done as well. Oh, there's my truck. I was going to say, I wonder where I left the truck, because we are getting very close to our capacity, so we're going to need to try and make it to our truck. So it looks like it'll be a second episode until we in between harvests, which is alright. That way we finish with corn. I'm not sure if my sunflower as yet is done or not. If it's done, then we will jump straight into harvesting the sunflower. If it's not done, okay, I'm not gonna bother with that, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna find that my truck is almost full. Looks like we got a bit of space in here, so whatever we empty in here and whatever we empty in the truck should be enough, hopefully, to finish this patch that's still left here. I like the fact that it fills by sections, which is in real life it would happen. Okay, well, it is what it is. That's all we can fit in that truck. Let's get rid of the lights. We'll catch this, what, 5 or so corn stalks, or it's telling me that this is where Courseplay should have stopped. I don't know why it stopped before. I don't know why it stopped before. Let me just get rid of... I knew that's gonna happen. Get rid of that Courseplay course, so we don't get to see that every time we come by here. I hope it doesn't fill the combine. It's a strange thing to say. Normally you would want it to fill the combine. But I don't want to go bring a truck here. The second truck, we already have a truck here. And I haven't taken any of my equipment back. As you've probably seen in the previous episode, what I've done is I brought a plow, I brought a roller, I brought a fertilizer, a spreader, and I leased the seeder, but I got rid of, I returned it. And I finally figured out how to return that, I forgot what it was called, that orange seeder. It actually shows up under tractors, half of it, even though when you get it, it's in one piece. When you return it, it's under tractors and under seeders. That's why every time I looked to try it, I always thought it'd be by itself, and could never find it. That's because it's in its own category, not. It is with the tractors and the seeder category. So they're not together, so I am assuming then that particular mod has different implements that you can buy or lease to use with that tractor, if I could call it that. So maybe I'll look into it in more detail and find out exactly what it is, and we will lease it again, and that way we get to see what it's actually like. I like these fields that I did here in between the forestry, which I may do some more like this in between the forestry. It tends to make a little bit more, it's a little bit nicer. It's not as, just straightforward. Be nice if in FS22 we, as far as corn is concerned, since there's already corn dryers, be nice if somehow Giants could introduce the humidity levels of the crops. After all, in real life, that is one of the most important balances that a farmer tries to sort of get. Not too dry, not too wet. If it's too dry, they're obviously losing on sale, because it's they sell it by the bushel, but by the weight, by how much it weighs, but it also be by how much humidity is in them. It seems that corn, if I remember correct, gets harvested anywhere below 20% humidity, and then it gets dried up. So, yeah, so it'd be nice if somehow this would be able to be introduced in Farming Simulator 24, I assume. We're going to come close to filling this harvester again. Again, not complaining, because obviously that's a good thing if you get a lot of crop, but if whatever can fit in, if we get to the point where some of it can fit in, which I doubt, we will simply just leave it here and put it back as fertilizer. Not that it's fertilizer in the game. In the game it doesn't, I don't believe it recognizes as fertilizer. Could be wrong. Now, since we have plenty of space, we're going to get this little bit over here as well. And then we're done. So let's get ourselves back to our farm. Hopefully we can drive the combine across the bridge. And start looking after, you can stay here. Start looking after our animals. Our animals are suffering at the moment, so we need to look into it. Alright, so I'm slowly starting to bring all the corn back. I brought the combine here, and I'm gonna have to move it. Normally I would unload, I would just park it, but with the combine we're going to need to worry about our sunflower. Now, as yet I don't have full amount of corn that I collected. And the reason that I don't have it is because I haven't as yet brought everything back to back to actually put it in the silos over here. And this is why this trailer was no good, because of my other silos at the yard over there. It's not suitable for this kind of thing. So what I'll do, I'll just park the truck over here. Okay, let's go get our other truck. There's the other truck full. And the tractor's full behind it as well. Just realized that I do have follow me on. Don't know why I keep doing this, but I could just be doing this. So needless to say that we should have 300,000 liters, I would assume, of corn by the time we're done. Okay, our work is still rolling that field. I don't know if my still running a bit low on frames per second. I don't know why. I normally get 60 frames per second, no problem. Oh, forgot that I left this. Oh, I knew that. I had a feeling that was going to be the case. Corn, wow, 340,000 already. So we'll probably hit over 400,000 by the time we've unloaded everything. All right. Well, actually, you can stay there. You can stay there. And he's finished. So let's clear course. And we'll drive him. We'll drive him over here. And this way he can fertilize this field as well. And then we're done with fertilization. And we just need to worry about our... I kind of lopsided a bit, but that's okay. Something's not right here. It's playing around with my frames for a second. We'll empty it over here and get it over and done with. Alright, so since we don't have it's not the harvesting of this, I was going to say soybeans, sunflower is not yet ready. We are going to go and get some TMR. See this, where are you going? The fact that when we sleep for such a long time, a month, well in my case half a month because it's 2 days at a time. Our animals run out of food. I didn't even realize that all my animals have run out of food. So let's feed the cows first. Then we will see. So if we're looking at animals, where are you? My cows just getting TMR now. They had nothing. Water, they still got some. Okay, so we got food for the sheep, but we're going to give them one more bale. Chickens, zilch. Zilch. So how is our cows as far as food is concerned? They ate some of it? Oh. I was going to say, how could they only get so little? But that's because it obviously hit the... It must have hit the roof, and that's why it said that it only got X amount of food. Why is it using that? Okay. So we'll get one more truck full. Your fuel will get one more truck full. Then we'll go and get a bale of grass for the sheep, while this is loading up. So the mirrors are very, very powerful. They're holding the whole truck instead of breaking off. Let's go through the roof and have a look. Have a look-see. Oops, there we are. And hopefully this will mean... Still, I don't think it will still won't fill it up. Gotta find a better way to feed my cows. Okay, so this is done. And we should have, from memory, should have some wheat. So we'll fill this up. I'm not quite sure how much wheat the first and the second chicken enclosure will take, but I'm assuming that it will be quite a bit since they're empty. I'm not sure if I have any wheat left at the other facility. How much wheat have we got? Oh, we got plenty of wheat, so that's fine. Okay, and that looks like it's... Oh, that looks like it as far as wheat is concerned. Okay, let's see if they need more than this. Okay, so let's have a look at our animals. Boom, so they're not quite full. Okay, they're not quite full. And they're not quite full. Okay, so why wouldn't it take it all if it wasn't full? We'll fill up the truck again and we'll come back and fill up the food for our animals. He decided to go for a drive. Didn't realize that we needed to fill the truck up. So maybe I need to be a little bit more straight. And that's why. So let's have a look. Is it full this time? Still not full. Okay, this must have something to do with this truck. Full, finally full. Thinking that maybe what I'll do is I'll figure out a way. I believe there was some a shed that I saw on ModHub that allows you to store all these grains and all this on the ground. And maybe what I'll do is I'll try and do it in a way where I can just get a front loader to feed the animals with. Maybe. Okay, let's empty the rest that we don't need. Bash up my silos, don't you? Okay, so I'm gonna park him back. And let's go and get some silage. Got some bees here, might as well drop them in there for whenever we're gonna need them. And I did say silage, didn't I? I didn't mean silage, obviously, you knew that. I meant grass. Why don't you? Alright, well that's strange. Well, here goes for not using super strength, eh? Maybe it needs to be... I need to change this for a front loader by the looks of it. I need a bigger, much bigger skid steer. Oh, this is very dangerous. So our ship full, the feed is full or not? Not quite. But we definitely need to go and change this out for a where are we? Do we have a bigger skid steer? So I don't know how big these things are. 5.4, 5.4, 5.3, 3.9, 4.4. So this is actually very heavy, and it's still not heavy enough. So I may have to go for a telehandler. Oh, 4.8 tons. This is even worse. 4.9, 4.9, 8.3, 7.9, 12.5. How could this be so heavy? Yep. But I can't afford to get any of these. I don't know. I don't know, but what do we have? I think this is working out as well as I wanted it to. Since I started doing it, might as well, eh? I didn't mean to do that, obviously. Alright, so we're gonna do something about this. It's not really the way I wanted it to be. I will find something on ModHub to change that with. Oh, you got a storm coming up. Beautiful. Okay, let's see how much water do the ship take. And we'll fill up their water trough. And that way we don't have any gear. Don't rush off. Even though it's raining, so water shouldn't be much of an issue. What do you think of the entry? 2 tractors there. The first few tractors of the farm, we'll say. Sitting right there. And that is the very, very first trailer that we had sitting in front. I believe it's got like a plow with just one shank. We'll go by there. You can see that as well. So there's the wagon, and there's our horse-pulled one shank plow. To get ourselves some more straw, and we need to get ourselves some more hay and silage. We're going to be running shortly low. Isn't this where we put water? Oh, what am I doing? No, we don't. That's where we collect milk from. Water's right there. Okay. So we've got our animals taken care of. We've finished our corn harvesting. Haven't as yet started the harvesting of soybean, sunflower, purely because we can't. It's raining and it's not yet ready. And I haven't used this tractor for a while. You can stay here for now. We'll go back to, let's take you home. And our beetroot is not ready to be harvested as yet either. So I will leave this episode here, even though this is the second episode that I thought that we'd be doing our beetroot harvesting. So now for 2 months I've been paying for that equipment. But it's just sat around and sat around and sat around. You know what, I'm going to return it. Rehire it. Well, I'm going to talk to them, see if they're willing to you know, not charge me the fees that normally go with it, or something to that matter. Okay, we'll take this guy home. Do I have a weight on the front? Yes, I do, because it feels kind of light. We'll take this guy home, and we'll call it a wrap for this episode. And hopefully, when I see you next time, we will be harvesting our beetroot. It has to be, otherwise, oh, not very nice otherwise. Okay, we're back to our yard. So thank you very much for your support again, guys. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos, and I appreciate your support big time. If you like what you see, consider writing some comments and pressing that like button. And I will see you in the next episode. God bless you and your family wherever you are around the world. Have a wonderful day wherever you are. See you later. Bye bye.